Uncle Scott Mingus. I'm a retired scientist living in York, Pennsylvania. Japan. Japan. For many Americans, saying the name brings up images of black-clad ninjas flashing their considerable martial skills, bouncing around. Just an amazement of choreography. To others, Japanese culture brings up images of samurai warriors, stern-faced, with their huge swords. Or perhaps to others, it's well-dressed, light-complexioned geisha girls serving tea to barefoot guests around low tables on rice mats. Still others think of the violence of World War II, or others bring up the more modern stereotype of throngs of Japanese tourists who are flocking around American attractions such as Statue of Liberty or Disneyland with their cameras seemingly ever present. For others, Japan brings up the idea of technological advances, things like the latest Nintendo or other video game systems, or well-built cars that seemingly last forever, or popular cameras and other gadgets that people may want to purchase, cell phones, etc. But to me, when I hear the word Japan, it brings back memories of a 10-day business trip more than 3 decades ago. Myself and 2 colleagues from the company I worked for at the time went on a whirlwind tour of various Japanese islands and several cities in many places in the countryside to look at prospective suppliers of specialty paper and label components for the company for which I worked at the time. I can never forget the speed of the Shinkansen, the bullet train, that ran from Tokyo to Osaka, the cave of 10,000 cranes, the tiny tame deer in Nara that freely walk throughout the streets. I can never forget singing Take Me Home, Country Roads, the John Denver classic, in a karaoke club in Japan. The lights, the bustle, the hustle of downtown Tokyo and Osaka and the many business districts and shopping and entertainment districts. I can never forget the solemnity and the remembrance that the atomic bomb dome, the Hiroshima Peace Memorial, brings up when we viewed it. I can also never forget the quiet serenity of the Imperial Palace in Tokyo and the numerous Shinto and Buddhist shrines that we visited. I recall the natural beauty, Mount Fuji towering over our company's Japanese affiliate near Gotemba, the well-manicured lakes and parks that we passed through and visited, the rugged and gorgeous Pacific Ocean coastline. One of my personal thrills was climbing up on a bleach tower at a paper mill near the coast and viewing the waves crashing as far as you can see along the coastline of the island. But most of all, what I remember are the people, the smiling faces of people, strangers that you just passed on the street, the courteous and well-intended respect that you felt from the taxi cab drivers and the limousine drivers with their white gloves and their immaculate conveyances. I recall the protocol, the proper order of the businessmen during our many business meetings and the evening dinners with their arranged seating and their challenges to who spoke when, and the utter respect that they showed their guests, their prospective customers in our case. I can never forget the sheer wonder of the children, happy, smiling children, who rubbed the arms of one of my colleagues, the hairy arms, of a man who was almost 6.5 feet tall. Just the sheer delight, the giggles still resound in my mind to this very day as the children were amazed to see an American 6'6", walking with bare arms in their midst. Ah yes, the people, the Japanese people, far from the images popular culture of ninjas and warriors and World War II soldiers. The people of Japan, hardworking, industrious, faithful, family-oriented, tradition-oriented, culture, very important to them. Their religious norms that they followed for generations. And that's exactly why Japan is fertile ground for missionaries, Christian missionaries who might be working in that region today. Tradition remains strong, particularly religious tradition in many areas, particularly outside the cities. As does the distrust, particularly in the rural areas, of foreigners and foreign ideals. That makes it difficult for missionaries to do their work. Luke 10:2 says, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few." And those workers who are already in the field in Japan have the work cut out for them. They find it challenging and rewarding, I'm quite sure, to share the gospel to the unpreached multitudes that they encounter. Pray, therefore, that they might have wisdom, they might have safety, patience, stamina, over the long haul as they minister to the people of Japan, throughout the various islands, throughout the various regions, throughout the various dialects and subcultures within the Japanese society. That support can involve financial support to help for Japan. It can involve volunteer work, doing your part to try to support those that are in the field, or perhaps even go yourself with the proper training and preparation work. But most of all, requires fervent, round-the-clock prayer. Prayer, the key to everything, the key to success, the key to Luke 10:2, prayer. The people of Japan await. They await you.